8 o'clock. Hey y'all, I am starting my first support chat group. And I forgot what I was supposed to be putting on there. God dog it. We're going to be talking about spiritual stillness, different things like that, different techniques I looked up earlier to be able to get stuff started on, just being able to help everybody just stay afloat, because there's so many different things that's going on right now that, we're really trying to deal with. And it's been hard, it's like a lot of people are going through the holidays, and it's just, anybody like me, you're just ready for it to be over with. What's up, Jackson? How you been? So good to see you. I don't even know what I'm talking about. How you been? It's just trying to sit up here and see what I got going on here, because I forgot to write my discussion down. I've been trying to do too many different things at one time. But yeah, I sit up here. And hey, Moonai, thank you for stopping in, y'all. Going through all this different stuff, and it's like, yeah, Christmas it woke me up, yeah, because it's like that one, it was like that 12/12 portal. It was hitting a lot of people heavy, and I know I just had to stay away from social media. I just couldn't be, that was just too much. It was like way too much. Is that pretty good? How about you? I'm doing okay. I'm just still a little tired from the earlier videos, because I haven't been doing them. It's just been purging for so much. And it's just like when I finally allow myself to do videos and stuff like that, I wear out, because you haven't opened yourself up to a lot of different things. So, hey, Eugene, thanks for stopping by. You were going through all these different things, and I'm trying to remember what I put on here, y'all, because I usually, write all my stuff down, and I didn't get a chance to, so I apologize for that. But, going through these different things, it's just like, I think I got it wrote down which ones I said I was going to do. It's like spiritual stillness. And the other support that I was going to talk about, it was going to be during the harshness of times, we go to God in prayer, and it feels like we're being unanswered, but it's really, we don't accept what to be open to receive, because a lot of things, that we pray for to God, and a lot of times we don't realize he hears our prayers. He sees the things that we go through, but there's times that he doesn't answer them exactly how we're pushing it. If you ask God for strength, he puts you in different situations where your strength is really going to be triggered. Your patience is going to be triggered. You going through your healing process is already a job within itself. But you have to understand too, there's different people that are out here. It's like my cousin who's my spirit guide passed away about 8. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that, Jackson. After we had seen A Christmas Carol, and he's been helping me move away from being Scrooge. Yeah. Because it's just that's already, because I know my mom passed away like 17 years ago. Right before Christmas too. So it's like, I really don't care for Christmas too much, because it takes me back to that. But I know my mom is in a better place, and I know that I still have close connections with her. So it's just like a lot of our family that has passed over there, they took that oath to sit up here and help us through these spiritual shifts that we're going through. They're being our guides, and it's just like through the portal, the lunar eclipse, and now we got Moon of Gemini getting ready to come up, and that is really, it pulls in a lot of energy. With me on Moon of Gemini, because I'm part of, one of my signs is Gemini, so it's like I get a lot of intuitive vibes around that time, and it's very strengthening to me. It's very positive, to be able to do that, because it's just like I want to have for me doing support. Heyokas is going to be different from how I do. I want it to be two different things, how I do chat, Moonai, you are usually there, and Jackson is there. I know Eugene, you just subscribe to me, and it's like I usually do chat and I write down different discussions, but if y'all can, just when I start doing them a lot more, if there are certain things that you want me to talk about, or if there are certain things that you want to talk about, but you want to talk to me one-on-one, we can do that as well. Or if you want me to make a video about that, I want to be able to do it, but I wanted to make it different. I want to do 2 different lives, like the real chat one, the live chat and vibe. Y'all know how I do that one. I know Eugene doesn't, you're not used to it. You haven't had a chance to come on yet, but I want to be able to do support as being 2 different things. Now, if there are certain things that you don't mind, being comfortable with projecting that, you may have an issue with, and you want, to get some kind of insight on it, there's no judgment here. If anybody starts judging or any negative, you're automatically out. I'm not playing that. I want people to be able to have a safe space where they can speak their mind and be able to talk about things for no judgment. No ugliness towards anybody. We got enough of the world doing that. I want y'all to come here and be able to do, being able to have that vibe where you're not being judged on different things that's taking place. Yeah, it's difficult to have the expectation to be happy, but I'm keeping away from family because it's generally harder for them. Yeah, everybody deals with grief different. A lot of people, I don't really care for the holidays too much. I feel like it's a different day from a day, because it's like a painful reminder. But, I'll just be grateful, just to see another day, but I understand. And it was just guided for me to be able to do this because I know there's a lot of people that are having issues with focusing on a higher perspective, including me, and just being able to stay on that positive perspective of everything that's going on in your life, because it's like, there's sometimes that we can be, not grateful. There may be certain things that we pray for and God hasn't yet to, fulfill those things, even though he is, but he's not fulfilling them in the way we thought they were. So, I want to be able to, bring that up. If there's any different things that y'all may be, you may have issues with, or you may have concerns or questions, I want y'all to feel comfortable enough to answer that. Or if there are certain things that you want to talk to me about that you don't feel comfortable with, it's like, hey, Roz, can I, just hit you up on a one-on-one? And I have no problem with that, because I know there's a lot of people that do that and they don't feel comfortable with talking about things publicly, and just in case you got an issue with it. But I found some tips. He's like, yeah, I don't celebrate Xmas anymore. I really don't like to, because it's just like, things it's not a family gathering to me. It's just like people that I'm around. And I said, it ain't trying to be mean or anything, but yeah, it's just people I'm around. I'm like, okay, but it is what it is. But yeah, it was like universe had guided me to talk about spiritual stillness. It's just like basically finding just finding a spot where you can allow yourself to be at peace, be at a vibration that that really can help you. Because I know a lot of people have that. I'm very, I allow myself to be vulnerable with y'all. I'm very transparent. I'll tell y'all, I got weak moments at times. I got depressing moments at times. There's times where I'm contemplating on not wanting to live anymore. There'll be days that I want to give up on everything. And it's just like, you have to be accepting of that we do go through these different emotions, and you're being very honest with yourself. You're being, universe always wants you to be honest about your emotions, your feelings, because when you can be honest with it, you can at least try to allow yourself to say, okay, what am I being depressed about? Okay, it's Christmas time. Everybody's being around their loved ones, and it's just the loved ones that I have is already passed over, or, I'm around people don't really make me feel like family. Okay. You have to be accepting of that, and just try to see how you can put yourself in a mood where you can disconnect from that, allow yourself to accept it so you can move on, different stuff like that, and it's like when you allow yourself to keep it real, it's not easy, but at least it's like, there's some people that'll sit up here and say like, oh, everything is good. But when they get to themselves, they feel like their heart's breaking. You know, they're crying at a drop of a hat. You know, it's never good for you to, you know, mask how you feel, unless it's around people that you already know trying to add worse situations to you. Then I can understand, like, oh, I'm good, you know, because a lot of time people, you know, they want to be able to know that you're miserable so they can add on to it. But, you know, they said, I found one where it shows like 20 different things you can do to be in your spiritual stillness. And it's like, what is this? It says to be in the present. You know, a lot of times we get into those issues to where we constantly think about the past, you know, different things that has taken place that really broke us or hurt us or made us upset in that way. Just thinking about in the past, like we have missed opportunities. You know, we should never think about that. Everything happens for a reason. You know, you're exactly where you need to be at. And a lot of times we worry that we should be a lot further than we should be. But it's like universal always say that you're in your present for a reason. There are certain things that has not yet uncovered yet that needed to be learned. There's life lessons that you have maybe not connected with it that needed to be learned. Different things like that, you know. And it's like handling, they say handling past conversations, planning on how to handle future tasks. You know, it's just like learning from the different lessons from the things that you took place into your life. You know, it's different when it's coming up. And, you know, it's different when it's coming up and it's coming to your attention. Like, did you learn that situation from that situation? Okay, if you did, now it's time to appreciate it. Even in the harshest things that we go through, we're supposed to appreciate it for what it showed us, what it taught us, you know. And it can be the most hurtful gutter butt thing that you could have went through. But these are those things that's like, okay, these situations happen for a reason. These are things that you had to keep notice the red flags and everything that happens so you can soak that up, you know, part ways with that memory, appreciate the person. Or if there are certain things that you feel shameful of that you may have hurt somebody else, you know, allow yourself to forgive yourself first. Even with when somebody else hurts you, you have to forgive yourself first, because a lot of times we allow ourselves to go through that repetition of that memory. You know, and they always say that's not good, because it's just a lot of times we don't understand, you know, how it's hard to forgive somebody else. So we have to forgive ourselves first, because we kept on to that, you know, that memory, that emotion, that energy. So they're always telling you to be present with that and allow yourself to learn from the lessons of the past. So in case these things reoccur, hey Val, what's up? Great time in 12/12 energy. Yep. And I'm talking about spiritual stillness. Different techniques to do when you're doing spiritual stillness to get into your positive vibe, to stay balanced. It's like empty your mind of preconceptions. You know, a lot of times we overthink things. You know, we stay in that survival mode and existing instead of actually living through the moments, you know, in life. So yeah, we can do that at times. Or there's different things like past, they say, it's a survival instinct for humans to take past situations and apply knowledge of that experience to the future. And so they want you to accept how things might go. You know, yeah, painful weekend weather. Oh, were you not feeling well, Val? Is that what you're saying was painful, or it was like emotionally painful? But I know it was just hit hard. I was like, I did not want to be. It was like a lot of different things was coming up, but it was like ego wanted me to engage with it. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to observe it and allow myself to release it. Thank myself for going through it. Thank the person for whatever it was, you know, send love and blessings their way and keep it moving. Oh, yeah. It was a lot, because it was a lot. From what they said, you were going through a lot of past childhood trauma. Yeah, it's like my everything hurt. I know, like right now, it's like from the waist down. I don't know if it's just because I'm sitting in the same position for too long, because I haven't been, you know, really moving around. Yeah, that's where mine hit at Friday. It was, it hit in Friday. So I was just mad about everything, and, you know, emotions was just crazy. But yeah, so it was just like a lot of things. It's like whatever we've been suppressing, it started coming up to the surface, and it was making you feel, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was doing, and I still sending some out because there's a lot of people that are probably still dealing with that transition residue. But it's taking you to good spots. It's like it wanted you to stay to your be in solitude. It wanted you to be off to yourself. Yeah, it's like, I think I took their pain as well. Yeah. And you have to be able to take it's like you needed to take your energy back, but also give theirs back, but send love to them. When you're taking and, receiving, taking all that stuff back, you're supposed to send love to that person. Yeah. Those things. But yeah, it was, from what they said, it was like childhood trauma, different things that really triggers you, uh, it was just there. I'm trying to think about what was the other stuff. It was like childhood trauma, present trauma that you're dealing with, anything that is still festering around that you have not allowed yourself to make peace with. So a lot of that stuff is making it to the point where you can't run from it. You need to face it. Allow yourself to forgive yourself, forgive the person, forgive the situation, appreciate it, let it go with love, and keep it moving. So you can go ahead and move back. But it's just like it left you drained. Probably have I know people were talking about you probably had the ascension flu, like I still have it. I'm going through dealing with a lot of third eye vibrations right now, so it makes me sound nasally. So it was just like a lot of stuff right now that is like very potent. So yeah. But yeah, the third one is like take your time. It says stillness isn't something that you learn in 30 days. It's like you got to practice patience. That's a lot of things that, us as human, we don't like nothing patient. I'd be ready for mine. I'm like, can I just get over with this? I don't want to feel this. I don't want to be here. I'm ready to go. But they always tell you, like, take your time. What's a rush? And I'm like, do you not see my situation? You wouldn't be asking me that. But yeah, it's always telling you to practice patience and repetition. It said, if you're struggling after the first few days, it says, show yourself some compassion. And real and lasting change takes time. Yeah, you got to be able to take time. And there's a lot of time we try to force so much. And they're even saying, especially around the 12th, they were just like, they were saying if you need to rest, you go ahead and rest, because a lot of times we keep moving, sometimes it's like, I got to keep busy. I don't want to think about this. And it's like, you can't keep avoiding this. This is something that you have to go through. This is something you have to feel, this is not something that you need to, because a lot of times if it's something that we know that hits to the core, we'll try all our ways to move around that. But it's like, universe is like, no. Because the longer it goes, the worse you're going to start feeling, and the heavier that stuff is going to get. And they don't want you to be that way in your situation. So it's just like, it's like, yeah, hey, I'm on the phone. It's like, much love to you, Roz. I'll be back. No problem, Jackson. Thanks for stepping through. But yeah, you're going through all these different things. And, just being able to go through that. I'm trying to get back on here because it went to video. I ain't trying to get no copyrights. Yeah, and it's like, you got to take your time. It's like, if you're struggling after a few days, it's like, give yourself, you got to last. That lasting change takes time. Especially if you're that type of person. Me and my pain and my trauma, we became one-on-one. That was like my best friend. And then for me releasing that, it was kind of hard for me to do that since, I've held on to it so long. So that was something I had to get used to, allowing myself to not want, it takes a lot for you to detach. It's not going to do something overnight, but it's just like, allowing yourself to really be able to do that. So, and the other one, it's just, number 4 is talking about sit quietly and reflect. There's a lot of different things that you're going through. You're not the same person that started this situation. You have came a long way that, like I was saying in my video today, you got to celebrate every step, because you're a totally different person that started off, you done came a long way, even if you're not exactly where you need to be at right now. Understanding what makes you tick, what makes you depressed, because it's like when there are certain feelings, like you said, Val, you're going through it all on the weekend. You have to be able to ask yourself, are these feelings my own? Definition of accident prone. Yeah. Oh Lord. Yeah. It's like a lot of empaths are like that, especially if we don't have our wings anymore. We got 2 left feet, 2 left hands, cause it was like, I have, PTSD. I cut my thumb off, a while back. And it's just like, I keep feeling that knife hitting that bone. So I'm just like, always, I'll be jerking like, oh my God, why? And they were like, what's wrong with you? It's like, I said, it's hard to explain. I keep feeling that knife hit my bone. And so, I always be jerking it. And I don't know why I still do that. But yeah, I still deal with stuff like that. So a lot of times I have my little ticks and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's just like you're accident prone. Yeah, it was just like, with my thumb. That's how I cut my thumb on Father's Day, and it was just like right to the bone. But yeah, so I had to get off of that real quick. Gave me chills. Yeah, it's like you have to really reflect. See, yeah, it's like I have wings of fire and wings of blaze and eyes. Oh my God. You are all, I don't know, Val. You be having me laughing at stuff that you be coming out saying. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. But yeah, you're going through all those different things and stuff like that. So it just wants you to sit and reflect. Don't be all up in your head about the negative vibes, because when you start that, it's hard for you to get off that vibe, and you end up creating a whole mood for yourself and hurting your own feelings just because you allowed yourself to absorb instead of observing. So they just want you to it says it's important during times of change or stress, considering a career move. It says take some time, as much as you can, just to sit with your thoughts and analyze it from all angles. How does this change make me feel? What's possible outcomes that scare me? Or which ones excites me? Different things that allows you to really reflect on your life, and the positive and the negative, so you can move forward and not be in the midst of confusion. Because a lot of times, especially if you're an overthinker, I used to be that person, especially if you send a text and you like, oh my God, I hope I didn't offend that person. I hope I didn't say something. I hope I ain't being too judgy. Yeah, it's like, that's my job. It's like, I love laughter. It's like, I was starting to cry. Oh, it's like, when this came on, I'm sorry. It says, so thank you. I said, I'm better now. Oh, well, I'm glad you are. Yeah, but you know what? It's normal. Right now they said it's like, you're feeling everything, and then you're going through a process. So it's normal for you to feel that way. It's like, you can be sad 1 minute, and then you can show gratitude, and it could be a happy cry. Just like if you've been dealing with a lot of painful situations, and you finally took that leap of faith and allowed yourself to cut free. And I mean, when it feels good for you to just be grateful, for you not to have that heaviness in your heart, that brings up a lot of emotions. And I'm glad that does that. It was like, you started to cry. I was like, what? When you started here, right before you started getting on here, you started to cry? And so I'm sorry if you did feel that way. But yeah, it's just like, it's like this time of year anyway. It gets a lot of people like that, in the sad modes. Yeah, it's like, it gets intense in durations. Yeah, it's very brief. I know you. I don't even know why I asked that. Did you try any different meditations just for you to release? Allow yourself to become balanced, because there's a lot of stuff, because it's like, with everything that's coming up, it's unhealthy to not. Yeah, you need to cry. People are like, I don't want to cry, but it's good to actually do that. Like, with here, y'all know, well, Val, you've been with me for a good minute, and I hate crying on tape. I'd rather do it like, there's sometimes Universal push me to do it. I don't like that, because it's just like, I don't want nobody thinking I'm needing attention or anything like that. But it's like, if you're an empath, when somebody being fake, and when somebody doing it for attention, or you just know somebody's just being very vulnerable and they're allowing themselves to be transparent. So, but it's just like, some people got to see that, just to understand that I understand what you're going through. There's a lot of days that it's heaviness. I dealt with that over the weekend. But then it was just times that I was grateful. I had to allow myself to get out of that funk of seeing everything from a negative perspective, because that's where I was coming from, that vibration of being in my wounds, being from pain, and as well as my ego, and it comes back and forth. And I'll be telling her, you need to take a back seat, like in the trunk, not in the back seat, but in the trunk. I don't need you no more. So it's just, we're going through that whirlwind, because it's like you're going through a major shift. You're dealing with a lot of your Kundalini and ascension, and plus dark night of the soul. You're dealing with all that right now, and you're moving up to another level, because it's like collective is they're trying to force us to become into a complete balance. And for that to happen, it is like you have to really feel everything at once and allow it to come. Let nature take its course. So it's going to be intense on and off. So I do get it, because it's like, I could be just sitting here and having a good time, and all of a sudden the emotion will come up. I'm like, where the heck did that come from? And just allowing you. And it's like what is it? Reject distraction. It's like stillness can't happen on the couch with Netflix in the background. It says, at least not in the beginning. It says stillness is an internal state of being. It said, but it takes time to build up in the muscle that allows you to be eternally still within external distraction are present. Okay, that's different. Weigh advice against the council of convictions. It says, let's return to the career thing. Okay, this is different. It's like, reach out to your peers, family, and trusted friends to help you making better decisions for yourself. It says, represent the perspective of another person who has lived or entirely different experience from you. It's like, trust the intuition. That's why I love to be able to do when we all interact. It's like, towards the end of 2019, it was most likely one of your videos, and I did not know I was capable of picking up feelings not mine. Yeah, it's weird at times for me, because there's sometimes I can pick up a lot of people's energy. And there's sometimes, even when I'm doing my videos, but they're not live, I'll feel their energy before they get there. And it's really intense with me, and it'll, got me to say certain images or certain people's names or something like that, just to key it up, because I'll know they'll watch that video later on. So it's been like that. And it's just like, now it's getting really intense, because it's like you're going up another vibration, or maybe 2 or 3, depending on how you doing. What's up, sis? It depends on what you're doing right now, because a lot of that purging that was happening on and off for the last few weeks, and it ain't for the few days, but it was leading up. It's getting intense. There's going to be a lot on that last day of December. It's going to shoot through the roof. But you're going through a lot of these different things where it is trying to create balance for you, because it wants to make room. Like, get rid of the old so you can make room for the good that's trying to come into your life. It's like good coming in there. There's no need for you to keep holding on to the bad. We there's a lot of us that are guilty for doing that. Like I said, my pain and my trauma was my best friend. I just allowed myself to keep it. I didn't know how to release it. I didn't even know I was keeping it like that. It was just normal for me. And just being able to do that. So it's just like a lot of these different emotions. Like, everybody would leave house. And it's like, as soon as I want to be alone, and it was intense. Yeah. That's a lot. Yeah. Cause it's like, when you start purging, you tap into everything, everybody's energy. You got to be able to shield yourself. When you even being around family, you got to shield yourself. Especially if everybody's vibration is intense, especially, if it's our family, like if you're an empath and you got kids, your kids are following that vibration too. You can become aware somewhat, and it just depends on how educated you are within, the purging or reflection and release and, acceptance and all that. What you're dealing with, but a lot of your kids don't know. So they'll be acting all kind of, they be getting caught up in the whirlwind, and you be like, oh my God, if you don't go sit down somewhere. And they're going through it too, except they don't know how to respond to it. Just like if you don't know how to respond to it, it's going to be a whole messed up situation. And they said, since you walked in late, I'm gonna send you this link. So I'm talking about spiritual stillness on here. So there's different ways to how to keep you spiritually, balanced. It's like, hey, Christine, how are you doing, sister? Those things are coming up. Yeah, I know. Yes, because there'll be certain things I was like, ugh, I forgot about that. There'll be certain things that's coming up because you don't realize how you done kept it up in there. You don't know how long you probably suppressed stuff, or you just like it traumatized you, but you did like everything else, you just threw it in there and just left it. So it's like everything is coming up, and you'll forget about it because it's no longer there. And it's like God in universe, and our warriors and stuff, they see the things that we deal with on a daily basis. They see how we try to help other people. So they got so many different things they want to bring to us. Yeah, go through the ride of life. Yeah, you already know, sis. I'm talking about spiritual stillness, different techniques. Since you're coming in late, because I know Jojo came in late too, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the link in there. So there's different things that you can do, because it's like right now, it's the holidays. There's a lot of people whose family, they can't be with family, or tragedy done hit family, people done passed over, stuff like that. A lot of people deal with depression during this time of year. So it's just, I want to be able to do, it's going to be different from regular chat. Usually I'll tell you, hey, I'm going to be talking about this, but I want to be able to do this one in a different way, like different techniques you can use to help you stay balanced, different things that you can do to keep yourself in a positive vibration. So it can create that, that balance for you, because it's like Christmas time. You don't want to be all, depressed. There's some people that like it. I said, no, I don't want to be that way. There may be other people that don't want to be that way. So I want to find different if when y'all drop a comment like, hey, Roz, can you talk about this during support chat? I want y'all to be able to be open about it if you're comfortable. Because I know a lot of people rather hit me up on the side and say, sis, I'm going through this. You don't feel comfortable. So I get it. But things that you feel comfortable about, that you want me to discuss on here, I want to be able to do that, because you never know who else is going through that. And if you feel comfortable about it, you get vibes. Yeah. It's just like, that can be able to, there's sometimes we strengthen numbers, what I'm saying? You can send love to somebody like, hey, I'm going through that too. So people don't know, want to know I'm not dealing with this stuff alone. I'm dealing with that too. And just be open about it. Y'all know how I am. If you've been on chat with me, you know how I flow. But I said I wanted this. I don't want this to be feeling like chat. Because if that is, I'm like, hey, we can do support and chat at the same time. But I want to be able to do it in two different ways, just to be able to have like, a few things going on, so it can be something different. So you can be able to get the support that you need, or different things that you may suggest, what is a positive thing that you do, when you feel sad. Yeah, it's like holidays are always challenging. Yeah, but it's time to spiritually rest. Yeah, as you call it, you already know. It's just like they're wanting you to rest, because a lot of times, we have a bad habit of where we want to ignore things. Like, oh, I want to keep myself busy. I want to just, so I don't think, I don't have to deal with this. I don't have to do with that. I don't have to do, and it's like you're coming to that time where you deserve so much more in your life. Why? What is it so special about you wanting to hold on to tragedy? Because a lot of times it's hard for us to be able to answer that ourselves. It's not like, I don't know, or because sometimes people feel that that's a way of they're getting attention. There's people that like that, or there are certain people that have held on to that for so long. Yeah, so long that's all they know how to do. Or they just don't know how to detach themselves from that, because that's the way they live their whole life. A lot of times you can be exposed to stuff like that, and that can be normal to you. So it's just like I want to come up with different techniques to be able to help people be in that positive vibration. We all deserve that. You deserve to have that. You're worthy of it. And a lot of times, we feel like, yeah, we want that, but then we'll end up sabotaging ourselves, because deep back in our minds, we feel like we don't deserve it. So, I want to be able to come up with different techniques to be able to help others, be on that. It says for the next one is called stillness of spirit. It's like not to be confused with any religious notions. It says a still spirit is one that is connected to the brain. Oh, dang, I ain't never heard this. Body and the world. It's the honest and patient look at how your past has shaped us, and to work through the issues that affects the character that prevents us from growing into our best selves. Dang, that's deep. I ain't never heard no mess like that. Yeah, it's like make your own pattern. Yeah, be comfortable in your own skin. You have to. I mean, you gotta deal with you. You can't run from yourself. But yeah, that's good though. I ain't never heard of that. It's like stillness of the spirit. Yeah, you have to understand, why do I tick the way I do? The different issues that I need to. Hey, what's up, Annie? So, oh, you still on? Hey, interesting topic, hun. Yes. Always. It's like always, Annie. Yeah, very true. Yeah. This is not regular chat, Annie. This is like support chat. This is something new that I decided to get since you're late. Hey, what's up, Rhoda? And it's just like you're doing these. I said I wanted to start doing these different techniques. These like, positive techniques, therapeutic techniques, to be able to keep you at a positive balance. A lot of people get very depressed around Christmas, and there's a lot of people that are still figuring themselves out as an empath. So I was guided for me to start separating the chat. Like chat is just like we chatting it up. But this one is going to be about different techniques that we can help each other as a whole. What situations that we're dealing with that we're really trying to struggle just to allow ourselves to heal, or different things that you don't mind, discussing as a group, because, this is public forum. So, a lot of people may not be comfortable. Yeah. They may not be comfortable, because I always tell people, hit me up one-on-one. Y'all know how to get in touch with me. I'll help y'all out the best way I can. Whatever we speak on is confidential, whatever. But it's just like we should be able to, I want to be able to have a safe haven here, to where you should be able to openly talk about what you have with no judgment. Like I said earlier, I'm not going to put up with no BS with people downing somebody, disrespecting somebody, and making somebody feel worse than they already do. I want you to feel comfortable with speaking your mind, but be respectable about it and be positive. Because I said the first person I see to go and do something to make it hurt somebody, you're out. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not even going to warn you. It's just going to be out. But yeah, I want to be able to do that. So I'm gonna put the link in the video after I get finished. So in case you want to read it afterwards, I want you to be able to touch it. It's just like, it's like 22 different things on how to keep yourself in emotional, spiritual stillness. It's just to be able to keep you in a positive. But it's like develop a strong moral compass. It's like our past certainly shapes us, but they don't define us, which is very true. So I love to embrace my artistic side. Yeah, that's good. Anything that helps you, get is like, yeah. Anything that helps you uplift your vibrations. They always say do things that you enjoy, or find different things that like different ideas. Is like, especially with all the purging, there's a lot of creative vibes that's coming up. Maybe you like to write, you want to express yourself, but universe is telling you to start writing poems. Go ahead and do that. You never know. There may be a hidden thing about yourself that it was all up under your sadness and depression that you may not even known about with yourself. So you're knowing that dormant side of you. That's all about spiritual awakening. It's awakening a part of that spirit that you're not in touch with. You're not completely in tune with yet. And it needs you to be reacquainted with that part of yourself. So yeah. And it's just like, if you grew up in a mid of chaos, deceit, anger, and abandonment, spend some time working through your beliefs and questions whether they are true to the values that you want to hold. For example, someone with history of passive-aggressive communication skills may have trouble recognizing those as being harmful. Take time to educate yourself on healthy and direct communication, to break habits, to build new ones, which is, because a lot of people, if they grew up on family being passive aggressive and people being narcissists and stuff like that, you come off doing that to somebody else like, oh, you ain't tactful, because I used to be that way. My mom was like, you don't have no couth, you don't have no tact, and I didn't know what the heck she was talking about. But I thought me being blunt and me being honest, that was okay, that was normal. But like, no, you have to be mindful and very discerning. Yeah. And so it is like that. And it says, oh gosh, it says, stay clear of any envy or jealousy or harmful desires. He's like, yeah, definitely work on it. I mean, it's like, just like with my situation, y'all, you've been with me for a while. You've heard me say, I didn't know I carried narcissistic vibes, and I had to come very in tune with that. I was very harsh with my kids. I would talk to them like I was taught to. So I thought that was normal until I awoke. And then I had to be able to like, whoa, I have to change that. I have to apologize for who I was at that time, because I did not know I didn't know then what I know now, So when you can allow yourself, sound system open up well, I already told y'all I'm nasally right now because my third eye been busted wide open today. So I'm gonna sound kind of nasally today. So I do apologize. But yeah, being honest with yourself to say, you know what? Hey Sam, how you doing, sis? It's that, Lord, I'm always so early or so late for everything. So I guess I bounce it out. It's like I'm just being where I need to be nice to make it. It's nice to see your pretty face. Thank you. It's nice to feel your beautiful spirit. I can't say I can see your face, but I'm saying it's your beautiful spirit. Thank you. Well, yeah, I just decided I'm gonna do it's like you can't. It's like you are very caring. Well, I try to be. I try to be, sis. I try to be. Yeah. But I said I'm gonna start doing Heyoka chat. This is not Heyoka chat, but this is Heyoka chat support. It's like oh shit. And as I got real, this is one of the hell of the life lessons to get through. Girl, you already know I'm always 5 hours. Y'all was like, yo, stop. Yeah, but this is like I said, this is Heyoka chat support. This is not the regular chat y'all are used to. This is something totally different. It's that for us clowns, you already know, for the tricksters. But yeah, it's just to give support towards everybody that, if you feel open, like I tell y'all, I respect your privacy. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, that's fine. Y'all know, y'all can do that. I respect your privacy, but I said I want people to be open. If they feel like discussing, like, hey, Roz, or hey, fam, I'm dealing with this. Do y'all have any kind of insight or input? Because you never know. There could be something that you have overcome, but this person is still having that problem, that struggle with healing over certain things in the life. So it's just like right now, you already know there's a lot of people that lost tornadoes hit in Texas. I think it was Texas a few days ago. Or a lot of different things. It's like you support system support. Yeah, because I knew there was something that universe wanted me to do, something different. And I know there's a lot of people, Christmas holidays, we get very depressed, so and there's a lot of people that are just now starting to know them as a whole of being a warrior or being an empath, or you're starting to know about different spiritual gifts that you got. And not everybody's willing to accept that. Everybody deals with their awakening in different ways. Some people don't know how to deal with it. So I always, I always say I want to keep a safe haven here where you can speak your mind, you can speak your truth, but just be very respectable of other people's space, their vibrations. You don't want to make people, bottle up. Because it takes a lot, for you to be open and telling people how you feel without judgment. So I always tell y'all, I want you to be able to speak your mind. You have every right to your, but just be very respectable about it, because I know it takes a lot of courage for people to speak on the different things that they have issues with. It takes a lot for somebody to do that. So I want to be able to give somebody that opportunity to say, you know what, I'm here to help. We're here to help. This is what we do. We help other individuals that are trying to find their way, but there's our warriors. We need to be able to support each other too. So this is going to be like Heyoka Chat support. Another one's going to be Heyoka Chat live. So that's why I put it in there, it's going to be in that support. Us overcoming the impossible shows others. Yeah. Y'all hear me say that in the videos a lot. With us being warriors, there's a lot of us that has dealt with some very extreme traumas, in our lives. And there's so many people that has been hit very low balls. They've been hit with trauma to where they look at themselves different. They look at people different. They look at the world different. And that's hard. Oh, bless you too, Annie. And we're all on that purpose where if you can overcome something that a lot of people wouldn't be able to digest, you're showing what is impossible becomes possible within you. Your story is an inspiration to inspire other people to know that they can do that too. And I know a lot of times it says, thank you so much for doing this. Sis, you've been with me for a long time. You, Annie, and Val, y'all been with me for a long time. And I want to be able, I'm trying to get up on there. I love what I do. It's not easy. I keep it very transparent with y'all. I said sometimes I don't like people. There's a lot of empaths that don't like people. You going through stuff and you don't even like birds at times. But then it's like you can be able to say that it's okay to be not okay all the time. There'll be days that you're feeling down in the dumps, and there'll be days that you're wanting to bless everybody. That's fine. We all go through those roller coaster of emotions. So, but I'm going to talk about different stuff, but I'm going to leave that link on there because it's like 22 things. And, we keep talking about other things, and I love that. I like it when y'all interactive like that. But I will put this link down here after I came off. If y'all are interested on how to do spiritual stillness, I'll put it up there for you to be able to do it on that. So I don't want to be dragging on. I want to be able to talk about different things and stuff like that. So I'll go ahead and leave that link on there to, to give y'all that insight in case you want to know how to, to do that. Because it's good for you to be able to want to do spiritual stillness, create that positivity for yourself. Who the heck want to be negative? Well, never mind, because there's some narcissists out there that just love that mess. So I'm allow them to let it do what it do. So, but yeah, it's like, it's intense extremists, yeah. It's like, I am being instructive and questioning for learning. It's like, this is not how it sounds after I spoke. It's like, I love humans. I love people. Yeah. It's like, yeah. And it's like, exactly. We tend to forget. It's like, you say it well. Yeah. Strong mean to share. Yeah. It's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, to link it. Yeah, I will. I'm put it in there. But yeah, it's like, we deal with so many things. He's like, yeah, it would be nice to, help people who wants help. Yeah, because it's just like a lot of times you may be lost in your own thoughts. Like, I need to learn. I'm really struggling with overcoming something. And you ask universe for assistance, and you already know you're going to get that spiritual chill, or you're going to get that confirmation in some kind of way. And you just don't know. Yeah. And then next thing you know, somebody will come up and they'll start talking to you, a random person, like, why? We get that at times, is when people start talking to us like, why are you coming up? I don't know you. And next thing you know, you'll say something, and that'll be that'll be the answer you were looking for right there from you helping somebody. And it'll make you feel good. So it's like a 2 out of 1 special. You got your answer and you help somebody else. Well, actually, that's a 3. You may feel good after you help somebody, know you helped somebody and didn't even know you were doing that. So it's just like, it is hard for a lot of people to actually say, I need help. I'm like that at times. I'm like, you good? Yep, I'm good. I'm fine. Especially if it's somebody I already know that's looking for me to be stressed out and, sad. I'm like, oh, I'm good, and just leave it at that. And I'll go do, allow myself to let nature take its course, and what thing is the key thing for universe, they're always telling us, allow that to, you got to allow it to let it, allow it to let go, let it flow out like that. Don't allow yourself to hold on to that. Because a lot of times we tend to want to ignore, like, that's too intense. I don't want to deal with that. or that's going to put me in a bad mood. I don't want to deal with that. You have to be able to connect to whatever wounds that you are still carrying, because if you allow yourself to overstep that and you keep and like, I don't want to deal with that, that's too much, that's I can't deal with it, the longer you keep allowing that mess to fester, the worse it's going to become. Yeah, many of us don't have people around us that we can talk to. That's the main reason why I said I want to start having chat support on Monday and Fridays. And if it start coming to where y'all are being open, y'all want to talk, I want to start doing at least like three times a week, but I'm gonna still do my chats. This is gonna be something different though. But if there'll be days like, hey, Roslynn, you want to squeeze it in, we can do it both, be, hey, Heyokas chat / support, and just put a tag on there. Hey, this is for this, we're gonna do both. If it's interacted and this is something that y'all like, we can do it some more, because it's a lot of us, we're learning new vibes about ourselves that are starting to be revealed to us. There's a lot of, you're on a different level. So things are starting to feel very uncomfortable. Things are going to be feeling brand new to you. It's going to be feeling intense. Oh, it's okay. I know what you meant, Munai. But it's just like, yeah, it's like a fire alarm battery need to be. Girl, leave me alone about that daggone. It's just like Val did the same thing. It keeps draining out. It keeps draining out. I didn't know you can hear it after all over my meditation music. I think you heard it. But yeah, it's like that. It's me draining batteries. It's been changed already, and it just keep doing it. Maya? Oh, okay, she's in the room. But yeah, all those different things that's going on. Yeah, it's like, because Val was like, girl, if you don't change that battery, take it out, do something. When you going through different vibes, it's you going to drain batteries. You're going to drain your phone. I'll be laying next to my phone and don't even realize it. Be having my little playlist of YouTube next. I don't drain my whole fit. I wake up, my phone is like on 24, or 3 after it's been fully charged. So yeah, leave me alone about my daggone battery. Y'all it's just a part of the daggone. Is make sure that you're listening. It's like, put it that way. Making sure you're listening. Yeah. Because the more potent your energy gets, you got to know it's energy. You got to take, and then you're receiving. So it's going to be draining. It's going to be like that with your phones. It's going to be like that with your radios. If you got digital cable, you going to mess with the cable too. I'm joking. No, you ain't. It's like, no, you was like, I'm joking. Girl, I'm playing with you. I ain't tripping off of that. Girl, you should know me by now. Come on, Annie. Girl, I don't got no kind of title. It's like people like, you're a leader. You're a teacher. No, I'm just here. I'm supporting. I don't want no kind of title. I'm just here. I'm supporting. But it's just like it takes a lot of courage. People are like, Dad, why can't you just say you need help? Not everybody is. You don't know what that person has been through. And they always tell you, don't judge on the chapter of on a chapter of that person's life. You don't know what they've been through. You ain't read them word for word. You weren't there from the beginning of the script, and it's hard. It's like, yeah, sometimes I point at the TV and fix this flow. It's like, Christine, quit. But yeah, but a lot of people don't have that bravery to come out and assist it. Because a lot of times people, when they needed help, people shot them down or they judged them for the help that they need. You just don't know what that person's been through. So that's why I always, I say I want to be able to, if you've been on my chat, I always say, I want you to feel better after you leave. You may have had a lot of stuff on your mind, and when we close out, I want you to feel vibrant. I want you to feel at peace. So at least it's like, you know what? I like coming here. We're all together. We maybe got to deal with different things during the day. We don't deal with people that know how we feel. You got to deal with folks that you can't. Some folks be dumbing themselves down, to be able to not stick out so much, or you stay to yourself. You don't want to be bothered with everybody. I want you to feel comfortable here, to where you can sit up here. Yeah. It's like a lot of times it's hard for you to speak your mind. It's like, Christine, you cool. Yeah, she is. I mean, I've been knowing her for a good minute. I think Christina been with me for almost like, well, almost close to 5 years now. She's been with me almost since I was real brand new. So she done been there through my times of transition. But yeah, but just being able to be that person, like we're always like working with other people, but there's a lot of times we got light work throughout, throughout the, the tribe, because there's a lot of things that we're trying to get through. There's a lot of things that we're trying to heal from, and there's a lot of people that are going through. It's like, who's counting? I'm not trying to count, but that's my anal vibe of, I know that anal thing, I'm being specific. You've been with me for a minute. Like, girl, if you don't leave me alone. But yeah, but it's just like, going through all those, it's like, who's counting? Leave me alone, Christine. Just stop. I ain't counting. I'm just saying. But, you don't know. You don't know how people are going to be when they need assistance. A lot of times you'll feel it, and some people won't admit it, and some people they will. But it's like, of course, my phone's like flipping out, all that energy. I just missed everything you said. Girl, I ain't really said nothing. I'm just saying that, there's a lot of people out there that need help. They need assistance, but they just don't know how to ask for it or go about it, because maybe they were judged or maybe they were abused. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I said, I want to be able to have a platform, a forum to where we can speak our mind and say, hey, I'm struggling with this. Because like I said, I don't want nobody judging nobody. You don't know what people got to deal with. You don't know what people's story is, the stuff that they still dealing with. They want to be over here. It's like, continue what? But what you talking about, Annie? It's like, count what? What are you talking about? She was being funny because I said I know her because I don't know y'all all our years together. We've been interacting on social media. Cause it's like I met y'all like around the same time, so it's been that. It's like, yeah, because Andy like, wait, what y'all talking about? Counting what? Christine trying to be funny, but yeah, but going through different things to where we can help each other out. Because it's already hard for you to talk about, hey, I'm struggling with depression. Okay. And it's just like, okay, are you comfortable with talking about what you're depressed about? It could be, they may have lost a family member on the holidays. Yeah. Or, there's somebody they just broke up, or, they're having financial issues. Yeah. It's like a movie to go. Oh, I would love that movie, The Golden Child. The other I watched, the eldest, the Tibetan monk, is like told his daughter, magnificent Americans, so much power, so little understanding. What do to do with it? Yeah. It's all about freedom of expression, and a lot of people don't know how to express themselves, and it's true. A lot of people don't know how to express themselves. A lot of people are too prideful, or they worry about, external validation. What will others think? And it's just like, you don't know if somebody can help you unless you say something. We can't force you. But like I tell people, if you feel like you want to talk to me, and you already know, you can always hit me up on my email, or my other social media sites if you have it, and say, always, there's a lot of people that hit me up over there, and we discuss stuff and we leave it there. But if you feel comfortable with here, yeah, you never know, somebody could be going, you may be saying something, there may be two other people that may be dealing with the same thing. What are you talking about? Golden Child was at 1986. Is that when it came out? Is that when Golden Child came out? Because I remember, oh my God, because I think that's the movie with Eddie Murphy in it, right? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. It's like my mind's on the fritz right now. But yeah, it's like, I'm good at expression, but no one wants to hear it. Well, yeah, because it's like, yeah, I still love Eddie Murphy. I remember, it's like, what was it? Yeah, I know how that feels, especially if you're telling the truth, Moon Eye. Some folks don't want to hear that truth. They can't digest that. people don't like hearing stuff like that. But yeah, I saw I didn't even see the new Coming to America he had out. I need to see that one. But I love him on Eddie Murphy Raw and Delirious. But yeah, it's like it's like I was repressed as a kid. Yeah, and it took years to overcome it. Yeah, I was the same way. I couldn't really express myself if I could. I only can express myself to my mom. It's like so it's just like different things that you're doing, and you're just trying to allow yourself to just allow yourself to move forward with the different things that's taking place into your life, and you're just really trying to allow yourself to just really allow yourself to sit up here and say, you know what, this is happening for a reason. Let me allow myself to go deeper to it and allow myself to, be able to do what I need to do to help myself. So it's like, man, Prince in New York. And it's like, yeah. And it's, yeah, when we were 8 and 9 years old. Oh my God, you ain't gotta. Why are you trying to count? Don't do that. That's so rude. I don't be bringing that up. But yeah, you're going through all those different, those different things, and, just allowing yourself to sit up here and see where you can allow yourself to heal at. Where do I start from? And it's just like finding out, like I was saying earlier, trying to understand where do you feel like, the situation of acceptance, what do you feel like, it gets you depressed? Maybe I wasn't able to express myself. Maybe people judge me because I felt this way, or if I felt too much, or if I was too sensitive, then they wanted to poke fun at that. So there's a lot of different things that will take place to where it makes that person, it's like where those, yeah, me too, or just think about Jumping Jack Flash. You went back to the 80s and made me really go back to the 80s. But yeah, you're going through different things, and people may say, you know what, I grew up when I expressed myself about me being depressed or sad, people said I was too sensitive. So it made that person, it formed that idea of them being too sensitive. They're reading too much into it, and they're going through too much. So it is just like, it's hard for that person to be able to express themselves on doing what they need to do. So, I want you to be able to have that type vibe that, you can be able to express yourself here without no judgment, being able to speak your piece here. Like I said, when I see somebody that's coming sideways, I'm not even going to even respond to you. I'll just go ahead and delete you. I just had to do that with 3 daggone people just now and just kept it moving, but yeah, it's like, it seems the things that help me the most doing, sweat logs or, praying for years. It's like clean up, change. Yeah. I mean, it's like, it's good to be able to use those routines, and even, healthier to see if you can find different things as well that, may help you as well, because they always say, it's good to have a routine that, like maybe you meditate or, you go walk or something like that. But if they say, you know what, why don't you try a new, something new? So, because a lot of times if I do it too much, I get bored of it, and it's making me not want to do it anymore. It'll be like me forcing. I don't want to be that way. But if there are certain things like, oh, I'm glad that I did that. Like today, because I was supposed to do Heyokas chat support last week, but it was like storming really bad. And then next, the portal was coming and everything was so intense. So I already know my energy was going to be intense, and no telling what everybody else is going to be. So it's just like, let me go ahead and start this back off next week. I hated that because it was just like, hey, I promised that I was going to do that. Then next, I had to change it. But it's like, I have to do what I got to do sometimes. You got to be able to, universe tell you to do something. You got to obey what they're talking about. But I'm going to start going ahead, and it's like my sister would tell me, kindness is a sign of weakness. That's sad. Then actually, no, that's not. But it's like people with attack. And it's like, and I said, I can't change that about myself. It's like, I value the character. Yeah. And a lot of time people feel like if you cry, that's a sign of weakness. If you're kindness, it's a sign of, you're not the first person I heard that, And it's like spending time in nature. Yeah, it really does. I haven't been outside because it's been raining on and off, and it's just like my allergies. Between my allergies and this other stuff, the changes is like really conflicting with it. But I know I need to go outside. I haven't been since, what was it? Forgot, it was like last Thursday. Oh, I can't remember. It was like probably last Wednesday or Thursday. But yeah, and it's just like, I noticed, anybody else been, since you've been purging, have you been feeling like aches and pains in your body since that? Because I said I'm getting them a lot. And I guess it's just because the fact is, you've been holding it in. He's out of the wild one, that portal. Yeah. Oh God, girl, please. Yes, it was. It was very intense for a lot of people. It had me like feeling like I was lost, and then I felt like I was losing my last mind, and then I started going through crying spells and stuff like that. Things that I forgot. Even Moon Eye said that it was like so many different things that came up I forgot all about, that I didn't realize I was suppressing. So it's just like, it's like my giving nature. Yeah. So it's just like all that different stuff, that was going. Yeah, it's like a lot of different pains here. Yeah, because I have it like from the waist down. It's like, I warn people I meet. It's like, do not mistake my kindness for weakness. I enjoy cutting, with my knives, and it's like no reload. It's like, I don't think that much, but it's like anymore. But violence is the opposite of healing. Yeah. That's why I allow myself. I said, it's just like, even here, I stopped doing my chats a long time because it would be trolls coming in and it would be so uncomfortable. But now I'm like, the devil does that because he doesn't want you to do something that's healthy. You don't want it. People don't want you to do something that's positive that can really help other people. I said, I'm not even going to respond to you. I said, I'll just block you, and just keep going about my business. I just don't have time for all that. But yeah, it's just like, it's like I'm still intense for most people for some duration. I mean, sometimes it's like that, it disturbs people's, disguises, and, it's like that. Is that kindness? Kindness is strength, even, not being okay is strength, because there's a lot of people that won't, they're so prideful, or they worry about what others think so much. They'll say, oh, I'm happy. And you can tell by just their actions and their vibrations say something totally opposite. But like, I'm okay. I'm going to let you, and I'm going to let your story tell it all. If that's what your story is, it's going to be what it is. But I already feel you, and I already know it's opposite from what you're saying. But I'm not going to force you to admit something that you're comfortable with lying about. I just leave it alone. Just keep moving. But yeah, there's so many different things right now where it's clashing with people. It's like, kindness is, yes, King, right? It's like, you're awesome. You're all awesome. Yes, we are all awesome people. Yeah, it's good. But yeah, you're going through all those different things. And it's just like, when you can allow yourself to say, and y'all hear me say it a lot, the most strongest person has weak moments. That's where, you're really showing your strength, when you don't care. When people say, I had a weak moment today, or I'll tell y'all I wasn't positive today. I said I was going to do a video or videos or something like that, or I said I'm going to have a live chat, but I didn't feel positive today. I'll be honest about that. Not everybody have a good day, Is that closed love wins? Okay, all the time. All the time. But when you're allowing yourself, because a lot of times we don't realize when we mess that up, it's not just lying. It's different when you're around people that want to trigger off your sadness, or they want to, leave you in that state because they're miserable. That's different when you're like, oh, I'm good. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I was just thinking about something I had to do, and just leave it at that and keep going. But if you're around people that really are truly worried about your mental health and your well-being, it's like, hey, are you okay? And it's just like, no, I'm just dealing with a couple of things, but I'll be okay. And it's like, okay, you can always offer that, that olive branch, and be able to say, hey, I'm here if you need to talk to me. There's a lot of y'all, I've told y'all to, if you feel like something, you know where to reach me at. And I'll try to help out the best way I know how, and let it be where it be. But it's good to be able to do that when you can just leave that open, for people that like, hey, I know I can go to her. Because a lot of people always say, I love talking to you, because it's like, you never judge me. I'm like, I'm not God. I mean, you know, I can't leave if my life ain't even straight. Why am I gonna judge you when I'm trying to get myself straight? And I'll be honest about that. It's like, yeah, your own, yeah, magnificent. So you're on your magnificent self-worth. Yeah, self-worthless is hard to beat. Yeah, it is, and you turn this right. It is. You know, you're going through all these different things. And when you keep it real with yourself, like, yeah, I need some help. I need time for me to reflect on myself. I'm wanting to get myself better. But nothing can change until we allow ourselves to make that initial change. Yep. You know, make that initial change within ourselves. You know, a lot of times, like, oh, I even tell myself, oh, there's certain things that I really wish I can change, or certain things that I'm really ready to, you know, be done with. But if it's like, if I'm not putting the initial action in, it's just like you know, you're just speaking to the wall because you're not putting action behind the things that you're wanting to change. So you have to be able to do that within yourself. So, and you got to be able to do that. You know, there's a lot of times, you know, especially with right now, there's a lot of things that's coming to the surface. And it's just like, you know, there's a lot of people that are staying staying oppressed and projecting their pain out. You have to be able, and a lot of times it's hard for us to forgive, you know, when it's like that. You know, some people, it's okay for them to just let it go and leave it alone. But there are sometimes it's like, you know, look, you need to go fix yourself and leave me alone. But sometimes you have to understand that was their mission with you anyway, for you to be able to heal. Everybody plays their part into your life. You know, you deal with some of those people that are just annoying as hell. You know, they want to constantly keep picking and picking and picking. And it's going to come to a point, you know, where you're saying, I appreciate that toxic vibration because it showed me so much about myself. You know, you can't irritate me unless I allow you to, you know. And it's just that at that point, it gets to that point where they've done something. Yeah, you know, it's gotten to that point where they're predictable, that you know, they're only creating a hailstorm for them, but they're sending you a blessing in disguise and don't even realize that. You know, because I know a lot of people that don't care for me. They watch my videos to see where they can hit at. And it's like, I appreciate them. Even though you may put some stuff on me, you know, you may, you know, do suffering. That suffering is using to help me find my strength in the first place. So actually, you're doing me a favor. You know, and there's a lot of times we have to be able to, you know, because we got enemies out there all over the place. When you're trying to allow yourself to be holding in your truth and being able to embrace your strength the best way you know how, there's always going to be somebody. Yeah, and that's the trick. And you already know it is the tricky part, because it's like, especially if I'm the type of person, we can go tit for tat all day. And if it comes to that point where we got to use fists, we can do that too. You know, I was that person. But now it's just like, this is something that's letting me know. He said, hey, I'm back and about to eat. And I said, boy, Jackson, go eat. It's fine. You ain't had to come back. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, but go ahead and get something to eat. I don't know how late it is, but go ahead and get something to eat. But thank you for stopping back. But yeah, you know, you go through those different things, and there's a lot of people that you intimidate. They fear you. They don't want, you know, they don't want you to become something better than them, but they don't realize they're seeing anything that goes against what they don't do. Yeah, haters and enemy help us step up on our power. They don't realize that. I see so many people that will go out their way just to try to hurt me, just to try to see if they can keep me in a position that I'm way past over with. And there was times where I would allow that to trigger me. I would allow certain things to do, you know, but universe is going to protect you. If it's meant for that to connect with you, it's something you had to learn about yourself. And it's something that person had to learn from you, and you had to learn about them. You know, and they don't realize every time they keep blocking stuff, they're only speeding up to what they trying to make sure that they block. And it's like, God is not basing your blessings on what somebody feel like they need to deserve other than you. You know, they want to always make sure that you're suffering because they're suffering. You know, all that stuff. And God try to always tell people their blessings for every individual is not based on what you feel like they deserve, what you feel like you deserve, or they don't deserve, or or their emotions like I don't like them, so they don't need that. That's not what. Yeah, it's like you talking. Dace talking. Well, yeah, I'm saying I deal with that up close and personal. I deal with it out there in the street, on here, and then I got to deal with it within my family. I had to deal with all that, and it's just like it comes to that point where I'm not going to keep retaliating against you. I'm not going to keep saying stuff because they were like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, or I don't be doing this. Even though they know they're doing it, they're not going to admit it, and that's all on them. Yeah, it's like good one. I appreciate it, man. It is, since it is like that, because it took me a long time to try to understand, because it was times, I ain't even gonna lie, I said, why I don't be blocking nobody's blessing. If I'm doing something to you, I'm like, yeah, I don't like you. I'm gonna try to sabotage anything that you're trying to do to come up. I'm just blunt like that. I ain't gonna gaslight nobody. I ain't gonna make you think this all in your head when I know you see what I'm doing. But there's a lot of people that are miserable. A lot of people that are miserable, especially with my situation, they already feeling some type of way because of my situation, what it is anyway. But I said, that's something out of my control. You take that up with God. You're going to get mad at me about what God has for me. I'm not the one you need to be mad at. That's the one you need to go to. But it ain't, God ain't gonna be like, okay, go sit down, because it's just like it goes there. It's like I'm not calling people dumb, but I'm just talking about the obvious. Girl, wait a minute, hold my phone. I'm trying to read what you said. Careless go about their day, running the mail human beings, just watching life go instead of experience. It's like that. It's like that, Sam. It's like I always tell people, it's like, oh no, it's like, oh Sam, no, you don't. It's like, I wish I could just be, no, please don't. Sometimes I wish I could be, just don't do that. Ignorance is not, people think this is bliss. It's like, but I understand that feeling. It's like, we need you just the way you are, sister. I love being who I am, but it's just a lot of people get triggered by that. If you know my situation, there's like some of y'all know what my situation is. What moves my purpose. I don't talk about it, but it's just there's a lot of people that know that situation and that triggers something off in them. That's not my problem. I'm on my purpose. Hey, it's more my issue than it, just because you have a personal issue about my situation, that's not my issue. My personal issue is about my personal issue. And for that, I created a lot of enemies. There's enemies that created enemies for me for them doing that. But that doesn't have anything to do with me. Because there's not to belong to you, right? Yeah. So it's just like, I knew what you meant in a way. Yeah. So it's just like there's a lot of people that I don't call a lot of BS from, because, when you find out, everything about what I do, then all of a sudden it creates this, and you want to do this and you want to do that. It's like, yeah, so it's like state police sheriffs it's like 3 counties, 9 grown-ass men in uniform sent a household of minor teenager. Jesus. It's like I told them not, I ain't going to say that word. I can't say it. It's like to get off my property. I wouldn't be surprised. It's like that, And there's a lot of people out there. And I mean, it's just like, my situation is, and I say that a lot, what makes you think, and there's some people that hide behind religion, want to pray to God, want to do this, want to do that, but you got to own your own personal handshake with the devil. You only pissing God off. Like, why are you playing with me? Why are you coming here to ask me for forgiveness when you were doing devilish stuff to people before you got here, and then you're gonna do it after you leave? So what was your purpose on coming to me? Because you still doing, you're only adding, issues towards your life, because you want to keep throwing that out to people, and people don't understand that. So I just don't know. I'm just like, I'm that type of person. Whatever you push out is what you get back. If God ain't got you for the devilish stuff the gutter stuff that you've been doing to people, don't think God don't think that God done sit up here and went over your head. He was just waiting for that special time, because he gonna get you, and then it's gonna be worse than what you put out. That's why it's just like they always tell you, you know, don't allow yourself to give out what the enemy gives you. Allow yourself to just take that to God, because God already see what they're doing anyway. Because if your enemies is watching you, God is watching you extra, because he know your enemies is trying to plot. They try, you know, they try to move in strength and numbers and not know that one little flick gonna have everybody messed up. It's like, yeah, it's like that. You know, they probably still upset about that, even though that was like 10 years ago. They probably still acting like what happened yesterday, Val. You already know. It's like that with folks. Instead of them getting over it and accept that fact and move on, they still gonna fester about that. You know, ignorance is bliss to a lot of people, because it's like right now, God's on a warpath right now. You know, there's a lot of different people that choose to want to be over that materialistic stuff, or, you know, he's promising all these different things. So he's trying to get all them folks to go against the folks that's trying to move on, that's trying to heal and trying to do this. And it's just like, you just don't know what, yeah. It says when we were right. Yeah. And so it's just like, you don't know what kind of havoc you're creating for yourself, because there's so many different table of contents that's coming up like, hey, go heal. Hey, move out of that person's way. Hey, stop trying to block the purpose that God gave them. You're not hurting that person. You're pissing God off. But they still want to keep doing it. You know, it's like, and it's sad, because it's like, I see the line of pettiness. It could be costing your freedom. It can cost you your life. And you'll still be trying to block somebody on your deathbed. It don't make no sense. You know, and then they're wondering why, oh, how come I didn't get my blessing? Were you not there when you sit up here blocking on somebody else's daggone blessing? God ain't about to bless you. And if he did, that was only temporary. Or they did it for that other person. That was a blessing to them, but it was reflected on you. Is that, hey, you need a house to discuss on the jab? So it's like we can get some different points of views. It's like, I mean, we can get be vague. And it's like, you know, we all know how to communicate with each other here. You know, I'm just, yeah, I don't know. It's like, or we can split you, know what kind of division is there. And we're all just on one side, even though we know we're all on that one side, and, you know, and the good one. Yeah. It's like we're given a gift and we do not accept it. Like who does the gift then belong to? I don't even know. It's like the same anger of emotions. It goes back to the person giving. Yeah, you know, and it's just it's like everybody has, you know, everybody plays their part into your life. You know, you have to be that one. You have to have that karmic cycle. You know, everybody having that little taste of karmic cycle, and that is the most unpleasant thing. It's like a rash that won't go away. It's like a walking infection, which I'm like, can I get some penicillin just to deaden that mess and get it away? You know, but that, you know, it wouldn't be easy like that. It's like two taps back. Yeah. It reminded me of that daggone song with daggone Paula Abdul with that. What was it? I forgot what it was she was dancing with. It's like 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. I forgot that song. You know, this song Back from there. You already know, Val, probably what I'm talking about. You went to the 80s, and that was like early 80s. Is that yelling? But yeah, there's a lot of different things that's going on where, you know, it's just like, even the people that, you know, that really try to trigger you, that was your experience for, you know, because right now we're burning off all the toxic habits that we have carried for years. Even not just through ourselves, but just from our parallel selves, from the parallel identities. What was the other one? You know, from our past lives, as well as our family. So it's not going to be easy. And it's like, for us to go, we have to have negative influences as well as negative experiences for us to be able to tear down, you know, the toxic patterns, habits, and beliefs, the outdated, you know, and limited. It's like great devil's advocates. Yes, it is. It really is. It really, really, really is. But yeah, you know, and it's like everything that we're going through, anything that is like causes resistance or is causing heaviness. That is supposed to be a great experience to create better. If that makes sense. You have to be able to go through this. And, a lot of things is really testing your testing your strength, testing your persistence, you being determined, motivated. All these different things is taking place that, that's creating better for everybody. But y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get this to a close because it's like my mind is like drained. It's like so drained because this has like been I think it's like been a week since I've done videos. Yeah, it's like it's truly tasteless. Yes. But thank y'all for coming in. I truly appreciate it. I'm gonna try my best. I'm not gonna make a promise, but I'm gonna try my best to go ahead and have a regular chat and videos uploaded tomorrow. If I do it, I'll place a post on here. You are so welcome, Munai. Namaste to y'all. God bless. I'm gonna try my best to be able to do it. I don't want to put anything set in stone, but if I do, I'll go ahead and make sure I put a post up and let y'all know, hey, I'm going to do chat or whatever. Go ahead and let y'all know in case y'all want to come in. So, and also I will leave that link in case y'all want to see how to create spiritual stillness for yourself. So, that'll help y'all. But thank y'all so much. It was like we're going to be a while, if ever. I love my I don't smoke anymore, Val, so I don't deal with that. I ain't no judgment towards anybody else, but I just don't do it anymore. So, but have a couple of tokes for me. But much love to y'all. Love y'all. I'm sending uplifting. That dog. That's how I know I'm tired. Uplifting vibes to help y'all. Whatever you're dealing with, if you're dealing with something right now, or if you feel comfortable, you always can leave me an email. You can get in touch with me there if you don't feel like talking about it publicly. But y'all will talk to me next time. Like I said, I'm gonna try to have chat tomorrow. I'm not sure. Welcome, love y'all. And I had a really great time. Like I said, I want to start doing this often so we can just, talk about different vibes or whatever's on our mind. So I want to be able to keep regular chat and support chat and two different things. So I love y'all. See me on my next video. Bye. It's like smoking enough for y'all. Bye, Val.